Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Talking Hoops. It's your girl, Coach T, joined by the lovely Coach Mac and the Ron Briscoe. And what an interesting start to the NBA season. I mean, we've seen some fantastic basketball being played and some below average basketball being played. But what I want to start with, just because we talked about this last week about the 76ers being placed under an investigation, about the health protocols and things that were publicly said surrounding Joel Embiid's injury that he sustained last season and kind of has been in and out for. He was no longer an MVP candidate due to being injured and not being able to play X amount of games by the time the season was over. But they found a conclusion to their investigation so far. 76ers fined $100,000, not because Joel's injury wasn't real, but because of the things that were publicly said surrounding the injury found to be untrue. And I want to get you guys' thoughts on one, on this investigation process, and two, the fine that they decided to distribute from the NBA.
Ron, I'll let you take this one first.
Well, it doesn't look good. That's all I can say. Uh, that's Angel's buddy over there causing confusion, causing the league to go into finding everybody because their injury. But look, they stealing money anyway. You know that. I know that. You can't. I don't want to play back and forth. I know that my boy Zion got the letter because he was sick. He didn't play the first game, but he wound up playing the rest of the games. As a matter of fact, when he came back, they started losing. But anyway, he played really well, and he hadn't been out of any games. But Embiid, he needs to get off of that. He needs to get himself together. Either him and Leonard need to understand either play or shut it down because you're causing problems for the other players. And I know some players are giving the side eye,
Mm,
like, hey, you messing with my money.
mm.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that needs to be taken care of right now. What do you think, Coach Mack?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. But I feel like some of the things that were said are not all false. I'm pretty sure there's some truth to the stories that are being told. It just so happened the root of it is his injury. But I will say I noticed that they stated that he lost about 20 pounds coming back into the season. I wonder if just his overall physique has a lot to do with obviously his structure and his injuries and things such as that. Um, but either way, it's still his responsibility to take care of his health, take care of his body. Now, as far as not playing the back to back games, that part, especially when you already have a pattern of not showing up and it's always something every time, the TV is turned on, you're not playing. So it's a lot to be said there. I just feel like all of it is not false. There's definitely got to be some truth to some of the things that are being said.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to add on to both of your comments, Joel Embiid has yet to play this season, as well as Paul George. Paul George is also out right now with a bruised knee. He has a bruising in his knee, which I know it sounds like, okay, could he play? But sometimes the level of bruising that can occur to the knee can inhibit your ability to be able to run, jump, and move effectively. But what I did want to highlight is that the fact that they haven't played at all so far this season, and you have Paul George, who made this big jump to go to the 76ers, leaving the Clippers, and Norman Powell made a comment 3 weeks ago. He said, addition by subtraction.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, he was going to be the guy that stepped up. And so far, proven to be true. Norman Powell averaging 24.7 points to start the season off. So, this is going to be one of those questions where we say, is this a bump or dump? Was this a lateral move more so than an upward movement for Paul George? like I said, neither of them have been able to play so far since the season has started. But I did just want to highlight a few injuries so far. Some stars that are injured that have
Mhm.
joined the injury list outside of Kawhi Leonard and now Paul George, Joel Embiid. Porzingis is still out. Chris Middleton still out. Kyle Kuzma is out. You have Scotty Barnes started off the season absolutely on fire. That's, one of Coach Mac's G League babies that graduated and made a way in the NBA. And so far, he started off averaging 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. So
Mm.
off to a great start, but broke his orbital bone.
Mm,
So he will
mm,
be
mm.
out for a few weeks. But Lonzo Ball makes his return after 2 seasons of not playing to be out for 10 days with the wrist injury. And so you just see all of these injuries. And really, one of the things that you kind of have to look at and assess is how much money is sitting on the sidelines.
Mm. Can I get
Oh,
some?
man.
Because apparently it's quite a
That-
bit available. So, hey, what can I say? If I can get some, can I get on the bench too? I don't mind around the bench if I can get some funds.
Oh,
was
hey,
that me?
Okay.
I don't
I
know if
don't
it
know.
was me or if it was you.
I think it was. Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but let's continue then.
I don't know if we have the others, but let
I heard
me.
Coach Mack.
Okay.
I hear, Angel, I can hear you. Oh, Coach Mack is good?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, let me say this about my update on Lorenzo Ball. I told I was gonna give an update. He played in the first game against the Pelicans and he did not do well. As a matter of fact, he played maybe 4 minutes and I don't even think he scored. So he went to the bench and that was it. Another one of my guys on the Pelicans that Coach T, maybe she don't remember, but Green, he broke his hand uh, in the first game with the Chicago Bulls, so he's out. So we got a bunch of people that's getting hurt real early, uh, starting off the NBA season. But look, they got some good games on tonight, and I'm looking forward to watching some after I get off. But this this is the start of the season, and we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, for certainly. I think I'm interested to see how New Orleans will perform as we get to about mid-season. I know usually the Pelicans sometimes they start out good, sometimes they don't start out so well, but right now I see that they're doing okay. But it's usually around mid-seasons when things kind of either fall off or there's some kind of drama that's going on with the team. So I'm pretty sure you keep us in the scoop on that part with the Pelicans.
Yeah, you're right about that. They're just getting started. Uh, of course, Brandon Ingram was the talk of trades before the season ended and during the off season, but he still hasn't received his contract extension yet. So it looks
Mm,
like he's trying to. Well, it's not he's trying. They want him to play his way to say like, "Hey, I'm worthy of getting that extension." I believe he's going to do it. In the last game, he had 30 points. Okay, Zion had about 18 points and 12 rebounds. But I think Ingram has been leading the team. If not in scoring, he's second in scoring. Uh, it's see, they played about 4 games, and they like 2-2 right now because they went out and
mm-hmm.
lost one to Portland, and they lost to the Golden State Warriors last night. and it looks like they're gonna be playing the Warriors again, maybe tonight, I think. But anyway, I'm gonna keep you guys abreast what's going on with the NOP down here, and to also give your guys a big hand, Coach Mack in Dallas. I mean,
Yes.
last night Kyrie Irving went off.
Yes, 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 yes. My Mavs have been performing spectacularly. And let's talk about that shot Luca made. Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
Oh
tell me
my
about it,
goodness.
Coach. I want you to describe it because it
Oh
was
my
like
goodness.
unbelievable.
Logo Luca.
Logo Luca. Logo Loco Luca. Okay.
I like that.
Against the oh man, that game in general was fire. Obviously there was a rematch that a lot of us have been waiting for. And to see how it played out was beautiful. It was music to our ears.
Yes.
And what about Clay Thompson?
Whew. First off, we're not gonna curse that one. So we're gonna let Clay we're gonna let Clay stay on fire like he is. But I'm rooting for my boy Clay. Oh man, Clay, he feeling good. That's what he said. It feels good. It feels good. If
Good.
Yeah.
Mama
And
call him Clay, I'm gonna call him Clay. That's
There
how we
you go.
going.
That's what you said in the post. I'm gonna call it Clay. But think about this: the Ant Man, which is in my top five, played a hell of a game too last night.
He did.
mm. Ant-Man with 24 points in the first quarter with 6 made three-pointers. I
Thank
mean, absolutely impressive. But speaking of impressive games, Paulo Banchero,
you. Woo.
Man.
the
5-0.
second
Mm.
youngest player in NBA history to record a 50, 10, and 5 plus game, to be the youngest player, excuse me, to be the second youngest. I want you guys to guess who's the first youngest.
It wasn't Kobe Bryant, huh?
Nope.
MJ.
Nope.
Look, in that
Look,
category,
look, Coach Mac. You see how he's skating around it, Coach Mac.
Oh, I know it ain't LeBron.
But it is.
I knew what
Le,
it was at first. I just wanted to
I,
hear you cheerlead over there. That's
Paolo,
why I
we
went to
haven't
Kobe.
seen.
That's why I went to Kobe and MJ first because I knew you was gonna say, "Ah, come on, Ron. You know who it is. It's my homeboy, LeBron James. Him and Bronny. Go ahead. Messing with you again today.
That is hilarious. But Paolo, with a great start to the season, to be the second youngest player to do that and to put on a performance that we haven't seen for that many years is quite impressive, and I'm very excited to see what he does. I felt like the Orlando Magic had a really great team last season. I did predict that they would go a little further than what they ended up going, but I think they have a really good shot this year to take it a little bit further than what they did last year. So it'll be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting to see. But since we brought up King James, what a start for the Lakers season. Anthony Davis putting on
Oh, show.
an absolute show. And what we can see is that when Anthony Davis is performing and playing at his best, it changes the entire dynamics of the Lakers team that they have right now.
Exactly. And I don't know what it is. Is it Bronny James pushing AD to play better because his name is mentioned more than AD? Because it's in the paper more, it's on the radio more. I can't hear anything but LeBron James, Bronny James. I don't never hear AD's name, but he's putting up some big points and he's doing a lot of things and he's helping the Lakers stay in the game. Now maybe it's JJ Redick's coaching, but JJ Redick is not out there on the floor getting it done.
well, so I've heard JJ does have a role to play in his performance being at peak. However, they're basically stating that JJ has been the motivating factor for AD performing that the way he is. They feel like the
Wow.
team has much more of a team chemistry. They feel like they actually
Mhm.
have a purpose now. And you can tell on the floor how they're playing together. You can tell even in the huddle. So they do have a lot of respect for JJ, which is huge. You know, everybody knows that has been like a tremendous problem when it comes to the Lakers and their coaches. There's a big difference in their attitude between the players and the coach now that they have JJ Redick. So I think he play a key factor in their performance as a team.
I
I'm gonna
do
take a
have
look
to.
at them tonight. I'm gonna take they playing the Cavaliers tonight, if I'm not mistaken, in Cleveland.
Welcome home, Bronny.
And I'm hearing Bron. I'm hearing that the word on the street is that LeBron went and talked to the Cleveland management and say, "Look, why don't y'all just not guard Bronny when he get on the court and let him hit
That's what it looked like.
let him hit let him hit 2 points so we can say he came home, he made 2 points, and now we can send him down to the G League."
That's all right. Come on to my G League, baby. We racking up there. G League
I,
And
is wrapping up.
truth be told, I think that might be probably one of the best things that could happen for him in his career if he wants to have a long career in the NBA after his father is done with playing.
yeah,
So I do agree that that is probably the best decision. But I will say this. Speaking about JJ Redick, one of the things that I am seeing about him that keeps circulating is that they're saying JJ is a player's coach.
Hmm.
right.
And I think for JJ's benefit, it helps not being too far removed from just being an active player yourself,
Oh
right?
Hmm.
You
yeah.
know, you're not so far removed that you don't take in certain uh things that play input from players, or know how to coach players up and be a leader, not only as a head coach, you are the general, and you need a floor
Mhm.
general, which we know who the floor general is, but it definitely seems to be more chemistry there amongst them as a team. They've started off the season 2-0. That was their best start since Phil Jackson was a head coach.
Mm.
That's how long the Lakers have went without starting off with two wins to start the season.
Well,
So,
Yep.
I know your cheerleading school students can watch every night now, because they winning like that 2-0, and you can.
Ron, it's still too early for me to really get excited, right?
Oh no, 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 not you.
It's too early, because just as fast as I get excited, how fast they can make me upset. So, I wanted to highlight one of the Lakers players as well, who his performance to start the season off landed him a Jordan deal,
Hmm.
and that is
Oh, Dalton.
Dalton. Yes, Dalton
Yes,
Dalton.
is signed to
yeah,
Jordan.
he sure did. He signed the other day. Yeah, he sure
And
did.
I just want to say that is a great example of what it means to take advantage of opportunities. Sometimes the window of opportunity can be so small, but that is how you capitalize on it. And look, it led to him getting a Jordan deal, and who knows what other doors this will open up for him as he starts his career in the NBA. So that is also good to see.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
wanna add
welcome
something.
him to the family.
Yeah, but I want to say this too, but to have a coach like JJ, to have that much faith in a rookie such as Dalton Connect, um, that goes back to him being a player's coach. And one key thing about being a player's coach is that you understand the flow of the game, which is what a lot of head coaches don't understand and can be disruptive when they don't understand that. You know, you have coaches that say want to set a play when the only thing you need to do is just let your players play.
Right.
So JJ understands that. He understands when the ball needs to be set, when the ball needs to just be played, and things such as that. So I really do actually enjoy watching them play this season so far.
I-
Yeah, yeah, me too. And Dalton Connect, you know, he's the guy that everybody should be talking about more, but they're not.
Hmm.
We know why. But anyway, his deal came through because everybody knows Rick Barnes, right?
Hmm.
Rick Barnes is the head coach at the University of Tennessee. Well, when Rick Barnes became the head coach at the University of Tennessee, Tennessee was under the Adidas brand. And Rick Barnes has always been a Nike guy. Well, he got that changed at Tennessee. And Rick Barnes
Uh-oh.
Okay, I thought it might be me this time.
No, nope, it's not
Not
you.
it's not me this time. Technology is great until it isn't, right? That is what I always say. You just never know when it's your day for technology to act a fool for you. But to keep going though, I do agree with you, Coach Mac. I think the Lakers will definitely be an exciting team to watch. And I definitely think, would you say, I would say that there's definitely some pressure there, but what are your thoughts for JJ Redick as a head coach to have a decently successful season this season? I would say that there is definitely some pressure for him to succeed this season.
I mean, yeah, I can see where the pressure is because everybody is expecting for him to fail. And JJ being the player that he is, the coach that he is, he's not going to fail, period. Like, there's no such thing as failure. So I can see that happening.
Okay.
But at the same time, I mean, this is his first year of coaching. So you got to give yourself that room to that learning room. So this is your year to learn, to experience. Um, should he do exceptionally well, I think the expectations for the next year is probably where there's going to be more pressure than anything. So
Mm.
I'm definitely interested to see how this year will play out. Obviously, it's a great starting off, but again, this is at the early of the season, so there's a lot of things that don't really settle in until about mid-season and so forth.
Hey, was
That's
that me that went offline?
Yes.
yes.
Oh, okay. Because I could see me. I was like, what happened?
Yeah. Listen, Ron, I was just telling our audience that technology is great until it isn't. We just don't know when it's going to be our day. So you're back on though. And speaking of careers starting, I want to give a shout out for someone whose career ended, and that is Rudy Gay. After 17 seasons, Rudy Gay has officially called it quits. He is 38 years old. He was the
Whew,
number 8 pick in 2006.
UConn.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to Rudy Gay. I loved Rudy Gay watching him play when I was in high school.
Hmm.
Um, he just was he was a fun player to watch. Overall, had a decently successful career, and at 38 he's decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and throw the shoes over the light pole.
Yes, right. And he was under my wing when I worked with Nike, him and Kevin Durant, because they both played middle school ball together and they both played on the same AAU travel team out of the DC area. So, yeah, Rudy, hey, man, great job, man. He was always the quiet one. I thought him and Kevin was going to go to the same school together, but he went to UConn and Kevin went to Texas.
Mhm. Coach Mack with the fist pump.
Yes, I love watching Rudy when he was at UConn. I definitely enjoy watching him when he was in Memphis. Oh man, that's when I really
Oh yeah,
fell in
yeah,
love with
yeah.
Rudy Gay when he was with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yes, that was
Him,
a
Tony Allen, man, they had a squad then for sure.
Oh,
they did. They
they
did.
were good. A
They were
great
good.
guy.
Yes.
Now, I want to circle you guys back to again starting careers because I came across some interesting information today and something that we've seen so far, but I want to get you guys' thoughts on it. That this is potentially projected to be the worst rookie class in NBA history. As of right now, to start the season off, zero rookies, okay? Zero have scored or hit 15 points in a game. This is the longest time that it has taken any rookie from the draft class that was a part of that first round and the lottery pick to score 15 points.
I thought Dalton Connect hit 18 points the other night.
Now, it's quite possible, but is Dalton, did he play G League last season?
No, he played at
Mm-mm.
Tennessee. At
He was at
Tennessee last
Tennessee.
season.
So Dalton might have been the first when this article was written, then Dalton might have been the first one. So this is the
Oh, okay.
longest that they've gone this deep into the season without a rookie hitting 15 points. And one rookie I really wanted to highlight is Zach Edey. Okay. For those of you that don't know,
Ooh,
Zach Edey is 7 feet 4 inches and he is the center for the Memphis Grizzlies.
out of
As
Purdue
of
University.
as of right now, Zach Edey has more fouls than field goals logged on the books. He is a full-time starter, what they would consider full-time starter, and because of his lack of performance, he's averaging the least amount of minutes as a full-time starter at just 16 minutes. What are you guys' thoughts?
Honestly, I'm not really surprised by that, mainly because when
Mm.
I watched him play against UConn last year, and what is it, Clennigan? Yes,
Mhm.
and he he struggled, and basically, only thing Clennigan had to do was play behind him, and he kept forcing him over his left shoulder. That's
Mm.
all Zach could do, was just go over his left shoulder. That was it. So to see him struggle basically as a rookie, I'm really not surprised of that, because it's not like he really had just major footwork or a lot of moves and things considering his size. And so, I mean, he's just tall. He's just That's it. So he's there's a lot of work that's going to be done. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually send him to the G League. I don't think it would hurt if he
Mm-mm.
did, just to give him that room to grow, to develop, because he's
Mhm.
definitely going to need it. Although, being at Memphis, all
Mhm.
the G League players do come there anyway. So it's that's kind of interesting concept there. But we'll see how that plays out. How his development plays out as such.
Yeah, Zach, originally from Canada, like you say, played at Purdue, and coach, I thought he played really well in that game. I thought he had about 35 points and he had several rebounds
Now, I'm
against
not
UConn.
saying he didn't play well. What I'm saying is he's only limited to what he can really do.
Yeah, he's
So
left-handed. He's
yeah, and
left-handed. So he's gonna go to his dominant hand.
right, and that's all he kept doing was turning over to his left shoulder, and that was pretty much it. So I mean, he's just tall, and that's all that he really has. So it's not that he can't
he's
perform, but it's just coming to this next level. You got to have more than that.
yeah, and that's true. That's true. Playing in the NBA, you gotta have more. But he was a high draft pick, and you
Hmm.
know, height
Listen.
something you can't teach, and the potential that he has being a 7'4", 7'5" guy. Ain't too many guys walking around like that. But hey, we're gonna see what he's gonna do. But for him to just be learning the NBA game, maybe he'll get himself together and learn how the system is. What was you gonna say, Coach T?
At 7 foot 4 inches, if you don't turn around and slam that ball into the basket and
Oh,
keep it
listen to her.
moving,
Oh,
um,
Hey,
if you
just turn
don't,
left.
Coach Mac, if
That's all he got.
Coach Mac, and maybe I view it different being 5'8". Maybe I'm viewing it from a different light. I'm not seeing it the same way because there's no way every time I'm running rim to rim
Yep.
and as soon as I pin, I'm running you all the way underneath the basket. I'm pinning you under the basket and I'm
Yep.
demanding for the ball. And all I got to do is turn around and drop the ball like this,
Right
right
there.
into, right
is
this.
Wimmy doing that?
But Wemby is way more mobile.
I know,
Way
but is
more
he doing
mobile.
that? Is he going to the basket, dropping it in, and he's 7'5", seven foot
At least
six,
he dunking though.
huh?
But Wimby's not a Wimby. Wimby is he is going up for the dunk, Coach Mac. That is what I
Yes.
appreciate. He's going up
Yes.
for the dunk, and Wimby is a lot more mobile. But I wouldn't classify Wimby as a center.
Hmm.
Zach Eady is a center. So as a center, I'm expecting you to be the big man, be the center.
Now, Coach T and Coach Johnson, you know better that they don't have any positions now in the future NBA. Everybody can play. They don't have a center position. They call them a center, but they have all multiple players. You can play this. You can be a swing guy. You can step out, hit threes. You can hit the mid range. So don't give me that center stuff. They don't have no center. You're just playing. You out there run up and down the court, and if the position you're in, that's where you are.
Well, there goes to talk about
Uh-oh,
Uh
must be the
oh.
star of the show.
Uh-oh.
Mama Davis.
Looks like Mama Davis has made her special entrance. Happy Wednesday, team.
Happy Wednesday, Mama Davis. Glad to see you back. Now get this girl straight up in here.
5'8" ish. You right, because on the roster I'm always going with 5'9". So
You are?
Oh yeah, Ron. Oh yeah, put me down as 5'9", and especially when I used to play, sometimes I put my hair up in a bun. Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
five.
you be 5'10",
The
huh?
extra inch.
You be 5'11".
Oh yeah, real quick. And then I had my bad feet, so I used to have to wear orthotics in my shoes.
You
So
think that bad?
oh gosh, Ron. Oh man, I've had cortisone shots and everything,
Ooh.
Ooh.
and stress fractures, and yeah,
Yeah.
all of that good stuff. So I need that extra inch. But speaking of players playing out of their mind, okay, because while this might be possibly the worst rookie class that we've seen or that we will see, I want to talk about potential MVP candidate Jason Tatum.
Mm.
He has just
Ooh.
what's somebody tell me what's going on with Jason Tatum. Ron, you want
Uh,
to
that's your
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. I want to comment on Jason Tatum because I've been on Jason Tatum's behind, and I'm glad I have. Maybe I have motivated him and inspire him to realize that he needs to step up his game. Most of the guys I know coming out of that St. Louis Eagles program and the city of St. Louis have always been dominant. So,
Mhm.
Jason, look, they've been clowning you all preseason about, oh, you played in the Olympics? You got a gold medal? How many points you average?
Mm.
Did you shoot some free throws? Did you foul
Mm.
somebody? Did you make a three? They've been clowning this dude, and this dude said, look, don't worry about it. This year, we're gonna come out, I'm gonna strap it up, and this is what I'm gonna do. And so far, he's been looking pretty good.
Mm. Yeah, I've heard that the Olympics definitely motivated him for this season, and he's showing what he really can do. So kudos to you, Jason. He
It
ain't
is.
playing.
He's not. He's currently averaging almost 29 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 5.5 assists, shooting 62% from the two and 42% from three. Let's see. The biggest challenge will be maintaining this level of consistency, right? That
Hmm.
is that, yes, be upset from the Olympics. I mean, you still won a gold medal. You got a once in a lifetime experience to go play with the OGs on their last run, with some of the best players, Steph Curry, LeBron James. I mean, these are Kevin Durant, these are Hall of Famers, right? We're talking about legendary Hall of Famers that we'll see for the NBA. So, you got a once in a lifetime experience, but it is tough coming off of a championship win, winning the MVP and then you have to go ride the pine, and go pass out waters and towels.
Talk
So
about a
And be a
dip.
a
cheerleader.
huge dip, but he has definitely started the season off well. So let's see. We'll be keeping a close eye on Jason Tatum to see, do we think he's an MVP candidate?
Well,
Oh
the
yeah,
way
yeah.
he's performing now,
Right
yeah.
now, this early part of the season, right now, of course. I mean, what he's doing right now, averaging 29 points a game. I think I would put him in the category right now.
Okay, right
It could
now.
change. It could change.
Coach Mack?
Yeah, like you said, right now. So we'll see. Mid-season tells a lot. That's when you can see when players are tired or they charging up, one or the other. So,
That's right. That's right.
We shall see. We shall see. Keeping a watchful eye. But on another note, fans extremely unhappy with the new statue revealed. And now this is 2 for 2 on statues, 3 for 3 on statues that have recently been revealed by the NBA, that fans have been left just jaw on the floor. They've recently revealed Dwayne Wade's statue for the Miami Heat. And the fans have said that is not Dwayne Wade, that is Lawrence Fishburne. And I just wanted to see you guys' thoughts on statues looking like players and how realistic, what is how unrealistic are fans being?
no, that's not being unrealistic. The funniest one that I've seen so far is that statue being compared to Zordon from the Power Rangers. If anybody has ever watched the Power Rangers back, what was that, in the 90s, and you see And you
Yep.
saw what Zordon looked like? Yeah. That was like the funniest one I've seen so far.
As Draymond Green's character.
Oh man. Listen, they could have done D Wade a lot better than that. I don't know which is worse, the AI statue being miniature or Dwayne's Wade statue looking extremely hideous. Like it's just there's no win-win in that situation.
Dwayne Wade was commenting about his stature the other night, uh, the Miami game. He was saying, you know what, I must have had Fishburne with me when I came in to do that. Because the guy must say, "Oh, you not Dwayne Wade?"
Oh
That
my.
is hilarious. He did say, I did see an interview. He
Yeah.
did say that, and there is a a preview of the statue where I'm almost like, who is that guy?
What
But
is that?
Dwayne Wade did say that it's meant to be an artistic piece that represents a time for him here.
Oh, okay.
Now listen, I understand they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but that right there, that's
That,
not holding up to beauty.
that ain't holding up to that saying.
That was not holding up to beauty because they could have done. I mean, that's not even remotely close to what he looks like. It could at least resemble just a tad bit. But
Yeah.
if you just had that out in the street somewhere, you wouldn't even know who that is.
And they need to do a poll on that. Do y'all think it's Dwayne Wade or not? And let them walk up and give a poll on it. And I just want to see the results.
That is
If there wasn't a jersey number, we would have no idea.
no idea.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
We would walk past that and be like, I wonder what Heat player that was. Not knowing, a potential NBA Hall of Famer, with his own statue. But, hey, I is happy to see Dwayne Wade getting the recognition though for Miami Heat. So I was happy about that. Now, who is also getting some kind of noise, but I guess we wouldn't call it recognition, is our good old boy Russell Westbrook,
Mm.
who has had an extremely rough start to the season with the Nuggets. He started off rough to the point where now they're saying that they are going to sign him to their G League team as a way for him to get more reps and to get accustomed to the system. And I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on that. I think that, we've seen other players of his caliber struggle and not have to go down to the G League team. But, he started off 2 for 17 in the first couple games and 6 points, six rebounds. Realistically, how many points are we expecting Westbrook to score? I guess what do we see? What do you guys see his role being, and what are your thoughts on him signing with the G League team?
Well, from the beginning, I said that he was going to be a role player anyway. That's how I
Mhm.
saw him fit as with the Nuggets. But for him to go to the G League, yeah, I got to see that happen because I just don't see them sending him down there, especially without him putting up a fight for it. But you just never know. Listen, I welcome him. Come on to the G League. Look, he can be the Caitlin Clark of the G League. We finna increase his revenue. Okay,
Oh,
we finna increase our viewership. We finna increase sales. Look, we finna increase these salaries in G League. Come on, come on, come on, Westbrook. We'll welcome you with open arms.
I can see Coach Mack is salivating by the mouth, getting that man down there. It's going to be a great entertainment, but guess what? Like we said earlier about Westbrook, it's time for him to hang his shoes up.
Mm.
Okay, he can go over there and sit on the bench and be a role player, but hey, the gas tank is a fourth from empty, and this is it. This is it. He can go down to the G League and play with them guys, and Coach Mack can come and give us a report on. You know what? He's not looking too good, but I'm glad he. I'm telling you, look, Wes, Rudy Gay did it. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, look, why you think they traded you?
Mm.
And then they say
Ooh.
you play a role for
Mm.
Denver. And then Denver played. They played last night and won in overtime. If I'm not mistaken, or was it the other night they won in overtime?
I can't
Mm.
remember
Anyway,
how they
Yeah.
performed last night.
last night I think they won in overtime. But anyway, Westbrook didn't make a difference in the game. Of course, it was Joker and Murray doing that thing. So look, let him go down and play with the little boys in the G League and see if they can. Because if you go in the G League, they automatically telling you like if you go and somebody else wants you, you gone.
Yes,
Hmm.
that is absolutely my takeaway as well. Is
Right.
that
That's what they saying.
by
You got
putting, yes, without
that.
saying it, by putting them down in the G League, we're making it open and available. If somebody wants to make some bids, we'll take, we'll
Yeah.
see what we can get. Some comments coming in from Mama Davis saying, absolutely not. I'd quit, retire immediately.
There you go, Mama Davis. I knew there was something good about that lady.
Now, Ron, do you retire when you can still make your money though?
Look, you're
What?
gonna get paid. You've been in the league for over 10 years. You guarantee they got your retirement already set up. They're gonna have you living good. How many NBA players that don't live good when they retire unless they just spend all their money and they gamble or they throw it away or somebody's in their pocket cheating them or scamming them or something. NBA guys live good. At least the guys I know live pretty good after they retire.
It just really breaks my heart to see Westbrook in this position. I grew up watching Westbrook and, seeing him at UCLA and when he, was a young fellow with the Thunder. So to see his career go this way it's tough to see. Unfortunately, he never developed a consistent outside shot. And that unfortunately led, like, we watched him go and then we watched the plateau and then now we're watching the decline because as he's gotten older, getting to the basket, finishing tough finishes around the rim, taking bumps and hits every night because you can't shoot from the outside, that's only going to last for so long.
Oh,
and i
Hmm.
and, and I really feel like that really had a huge impact on his career.
yes, and you're right, Coach. Like as they say, nothing lasts forever, and all good things must come to an end. Change is just inevitable. It's going to change. He was an MVP. Let's clap for that. He's probably going to be a guy nominated for the Hall of Fame. He's an all star. He did what he had to do. He led the league in scoring. So, hey, he did his damage. Now, look, it's time to roll out and let some youngster come in and take his place and just gracefully go home, sit down, hang out with your boys at UCLA or wherever you hang out now in LA and just have a good time. Go to the barber shop like I do and just talk.
Yeah, now that is true. Now, Ron, we got a comment from Mama Davis because she, we have a mom daughter connection because I was just about to say the same thing to you, but except Bron. All good things got to come to an end unless your name is LeBron James, okay? He will decide.
Oh, here we go with another theme on me. On me.
He will
Look,
decide.
I respect your mom a lot, so I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. But when we get off, I'm gonna tell it to you.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But I will say though, it'll be interesting to see how in what capacity Westbrook chooses to stay around after he decides to retire. Because I definitely could see Westbrook staying, maybe even possibly looking into getting into some coaching as well.
Hmm, I never thought about that. But it's time for him to throw those shoes across the wires like they did in the movie Friday.
And
Like
I think
Mike.
Coach Mack might be frozen. So
Oh,
Who?
again, Coach Mack, is she frozen?
I
nope.
heard.
Can y'all
I
see
heard the
me?
same. Yeah, I hear her. I hear her down here. I hear her
Okay.
talking.
Okay, maybe it's me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Yeah, I can't hear Coach Mack.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, Coach, I'll tell you what. If Westbrook's come down there, I know you're gonna be giggly and gaga and everything
Of
to,
course.
to see
Of
him.
course.
And what's the name of the Nuggets G League team?
Theirs is, I don't think they're in Denver. I can't remember where their affiliate is. Or yeah, I got to remember where their affiliate is. But to actually see, I just don't. I can't see Westbrook going to G League without putting up a fight. Westbrook going to turn some tables over if they tell him he got to go down to the G League. But
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he needs to just go ahead and throw them shoes across that line and say, "Hey, I'm gonna put an egg in my shoe and beat it out of here." And
yeah,
that's what I would do, and be done with this NBA. I mean, Westbrook has done a great job in the NBA, and he's made his money, you know,
for
and
sure.
that's what the majority of them want to do. But look, your body deteriorates. You know that you get
Yeah,
hurt, deteriorate. You get to a plateau to where hey, you just can't take it, just can't go anymore. But hopefully, hopefully he'll make the right decision, and whatever he does, I'm gonna applaud.
yeah. Or he can be like Chris Paul is right now with the Spurs. Kind of
Right,
be that type of role player, or someone that's
mentor.
on the bench. Yep, be a great mentor, be an excellent mentor. And I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure I saw somewhere where they capture images of him mentoring some of the players, the younger players on the team, while he was on the side or excuse me, on the bench at the time. So I can see that definitely happening. But him retiring, excuse me, him going to G League, I don't see Westbrook doing that at all.
Yeah, yeah. And then Chris Paul, I think it's now he's the type of guy that's always wanted to be a coach, and he's doing a great thing by being a mentor with San Antonio. And I think Pop may help him to slide in there to be an assistant coach. Just kind of give him right now the mentorship as far as hey, this is what you do, this is how you do it, and to get into the NBA. So you never know. He may be a mentor. He may be an assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs on the Pop, but you never know. Strange things have happened, but with Russell, I never did see that. But hey, just because I don't see it, don't mean it won't happen.
Yeah, that's a great point. I never thought about Chris Paul coaching on the Pop. And I think this is a really, really good setup for Chris Paul to become a coach on the Pops because now that he's playing for him, he can see how he thinks. He knows how to everything is structured. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that occurred after he decides to retire.
Mhm. Of course. And what other good guys are playing well that came from the G League, Coach Mac?
So speaking of G League, I
Oh,
definitely want to talk about the McDonald's All American MVP, Nasser Little.
yeah,
Um, he's actually going to the G League and he'll be playing for the Skyforce, which is a team out of Miami. So that's Miami's affiliate.
hmm
So he will be going to the G League. And then also, we have three players um, that will be going to the G League. You got Dennis Rodman's son, Penny
right,
Hardaway's son, and then you
right,
have Scottie Pippen's nephew, which is interesting because obviously we know Scottie Pippen Jr. is playing for the Memphis Grizzlies. So
right.
though that trio, and I'm really interested to see how Penny Hardaway's son is going to perform in the G League and Rodman's too, but to see how they perform because I know they both did pretty well at Memphis and
USC.
at USC. Yeah, yep, at USC. So we got that, but it's speaking of Scottie Pippen Jr. trying to get all that out at one time. He's definitely been performing well with the Memphis Grizzlies. I think the other night, he had like a double double. So he's been performing pretty well, and his contract has actually been extended as a multi-year deal with the Memphis Grizzlies. So kudos to Scottie Pippen Jr. on that deal happening.
Yes. Yeah, Pittman has been a really good player. He's always was a really good player at Vanderbilt. And of
Hmm.
course, uh, Jerry Stackhouse, who was his coach, is now an assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors.
Hmm.
So he'll get a chance to see head coach and play against him. But Scottie Pippen Jr. is a dynamic player. He's a guy that can really get it done. And it's just getting started for him. I think that he's going to be one of the shining stars coming up. That a lot of people thought that he wasn't going to get it done, but what I saw him do in college in the SEC at Vandy,
Mm-hmm.
starting to make fruits in the NBA. So let's not take our eye off of that G League baby that came out of the G League, Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yes.
Because he's
So let
done a
me let me ask you about this player, which is Armando Babcock, the one that came from North
yeah,
Carolina.
yeah,
So yep, they're sending him to G League also. So he'll be playing with the Memphis Hustle.
yeah. He was another McDonald All American.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, they're starting to do that with a lot of these guys. Send them to the G League because they feel that they're going to make a lot more money going 1 year playing in the G League and then getting moved up, getting that probably a two-way contract, and then showing just like Scottie Pippen Jr. did, getting that extension on their contract, so they don't have to be wasting time going to an NCAA school and playing. So
Mm-hmm.
hey, that's the new game they playing. They trying to say like, hey, I'm gonna get my apprenticeship in the G League with Coach Mike Davis, and then I'm just gonna take off and go to the league. I'm not gonna be worrying about going to class, you know, and things like that, and have to be worried about the NCAA rules and regulation and all this NIL stuff, even though they are paying a lot of money. But that's the new way. That's the new little loop they have in the system.
Yeah, I definitely want to point out there have been a lot of first round picks that are going to the G League now. So another one is AJ Johnson. He's with the Milwaukee Bucks. So
Right.
he'll be going to the G League. And then obviously I just mentioned Armando. He's with Memphis Grizzlies now, but he's going to the G League. And then you have several other players that are actually going to G League now. So it's interesting to see how well, I mean, they've always talked about this particular class being the weakest class anyway, that's been drafted. So now you're seeing quite a bit of them going to G League to get more development, which is not a bad idea. I just think that was just interesting to see that this is actually occurring at this moment.
Yeah. And the thing that I like about this is that the guys have an opportunity to advance by going to the G League into the league. I wish the women had the same opportunities
Man,
to have a G League type concept or type league to where they could go in because my girl Juju Watkins
Oh,
is
she'd be
ready,
gone.
is ready to take over. Caitlin Clark, you need to step her to the side, baby. Step her to the side. Juju gonna come in there. She gonna be making some noise. And of course, USC is one of my top teams I'm going to be watching this year. But I got to watch my LSU Tigers. Kim Mulkey has got a heck of a gang down here. And I know Coach Mack is saying, look, don't be hating on my UConn people.
listen,
Don't hate. I saw,
USC and
I saw them
UConn game
eyes.
already sold out.
Yeah, I saw them eyes that was looking at me. I saw them eyes. I can read your body language, Coach. But anyway, UConn, I got to be watching them. And last but not least, South Carolina is going to
Mm.
Ooh, did y'all
be
see
Woo.
that
yeah.
Woo.
brutal beatdown? Oh my goodness.
Ooh
Like
wee.
Ooh
I'll be
wee is
ashamed to
right.
even say I went to that school.
Ooh wee is right because they got some. They got some. I don't know how to name these girls, get gladiators or whatever they got over there, but they got some superstars
80 something points.
They
coming
do.
up in this place.
84 points is just as a margin is crazy, because 84 points will win a basketball game. So
Yes.
to score an 84-point difference is so significant. It's actually quite shocking. But speaking of the ladies, Ron, you brought up a great point about the league and not having that option of a developmental league where they can funnel players back and forth. But I think it might be handy for a time like this as we're seeing so many changes take place with the WNBA as they have recently increased viewership and fan engagement.
Hmm.
So, with that being said, we now have 7 out of 12 open slots for head coaching jobs in the WNBA.
All right, Coach Mac, Coach T, it's time for y'all to put y'all's applications in. I keep
Listen,
telling y'all that. What do y'all have to lose? Y'all better get going. They look. If you don't stay a year, or you don't stay 2 years, they're gonna get you out anyway. At least you're gonna get paid.
look, just let me
Come
show my
on,
face. Let me show my face.
show your face, girl.
Be
Please,
it,
y'all need to get it going. All you need is a college degree. Y'all got that, and plus y'all got years of experience playing in the game. Come on now.
Listen, Ron, the way they got rid of gold medalist Teaspoon, I listen, if they could get rid of Teaspoon like that, Ron, it's not safe for anyone.
It ain't
No
safe
safe
for you,
space.
and it still ain't safe for you on your regular job either.
Hey, you know
Like,
it. You know it.
So what you
So
have to lose?
I
Give it a
yeah.
try, girl. That's what you love to do, and I know you like to coach.
I do. I actually love coaching.
Well,
Oh my
y'all need to give
gosh.
it a try because the way they kicking out these coaches like candy bars. I mean, shoot, they in one day, out the next. Of course, the you got a lot of drama with women, all this stuff going on and stuff like that. But they've been over dramatized with what's going on in the WNBA with this coaching stuff.
yes, but I'm wondering, like, what is the reason for all of the firings? Now, I can understand, firing Dallas coach. I can see
Yeah,
that. Teaspoon was extremely questionable, but
yeah.
the Fevers coach, maybe. That was a 50-50 chance. Not surprised. But
Mm, you think
Hmm.
50
now,
50 Coach Mac?
with the Fever coach, I'm not
Uh,
surprised because I know we talked about it early on. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, if they
Right,
got
right.
rid of
They
her.
want they wanted
So,
to fire her in the first during the first 8 games, but they let her stay on.
yeah, so that's why I'm not surprised. But considering how they did towards the end, they turned it around. They got it together finally. But I don't know. I can't wait to see what this gonna look like for the next year. And is it gonna be another firing sweep if they don't have a winning season? Like, what are we doing as an organization?
Yeah, I think that the Connecticut Sun coach is going to take the Indiana Fever's job. That
mm,
Hmm.
that was the word because she had been in talks with the Indiana Fever, Chicago Sky, and the Atlanta Dream before she
Hmm.
was before she was let go. But they knew that she was in talks with them. That's why they let her go. She said she wasn't. She was leaving anyway. She
right.
wasn't. So they made it like, okay, go ahead and hit the door. We think that you already made your mind up because they said she had a family emergency, so she had stopped negotiation. But really, she had made her mind up. She just was trying to get everything together. And
Got
uh,
it.
and Chicago Sky, I haven't heard who's gonna be in that. But anyway, it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen because you have had some really good coaches. Well, not really. A lot of them have been really good. The Dallas coach,
Mm-mm.
everybody was going to her like, how come she didn't
Mm-mm.
wasn't the first one that was let go?
She should have
you
been
know,
the very first one to be gone.
and then Teaspoon, that in my opinion, they should have gave her a better chance than that because I understand that Chicago Sky won the championship and they had high expectations. But anyway, you got to give me another year, and then let's evaluate me after that second year or third year and see what goes down, Coach. What you think?
Yeah, that's why I never understood why did they get rid of Teaspoon? Like, what did she do so wrong to just make you want her to be the very first one to fire?
Now, I do have a question about Teaspoon. Do you think that we'll see Teaspoon in another head coaching position within this next season?
Possibly, but then again, she may just return back to the NBA and is like, I'm not gonna fool with y'all because y'all need to get this together. Y'all come up here playing with my time, like I got time to waste, and here I am trying to give my knowledge, my wisdom to coach these girls. elevate these girls and did a great job with the team considering her first
Mhm.
year,
Mhm.
you know, and then y'all want to sit here and fire me? No, I'm good. I'm gonna go on back over here.
I hope Swing Cash gives her an opportunity down in New Orleans to come back and be with the program.
Yeah.
Swin is the president of basketball operations, and she got some pull down there in the Crescent City.
Yes, UConn, by the way. I love to mention
Yeah,
that.
I know. And she was a New York Liberty teammate with Teaspoon. You know
She
when
was.
they played back in the day, so they really close. So come
Hmm.
on,
It
Swin, let's get it going, girl. I know you listening to the podcast.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see. Now, one thing that I thought came across as quite interesting is comments that came from the Aces staff,
Gotta make a
and
change.
I think we are going to see the end of that crew and dynasty, and it looks like they might be looking to break them up. Becky Hammond came out and said there will be some roster changes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Now, that when I hear things like that, that sounds like a major change. That sounds like a Chelsea Gray departure or a
Mm.
Kelsey Plum. That doesn't give me a Kia Stokes departure, right? Kia Stokes, she's impacted the team. She's started, she helped them win a championship, but Kia Stokes for the Aces is a replaceable player, right? They can put somebody in that spot and still get a similar output. Now, when I hear changes are so significant that it needs to be announced,
Mm.
makes me wonder who is a part of those changes that she speaks of.
Great question. I hope Chelsea comes back healthy. I know that affected them greatly. Even
Mhm.
when she tried to play, you can tell that she's still not well or she's still
Mhm.
not, healed. So I don't think she would get rid of Chelsea. Now, Kelsey Plum, questionable considering how she played Kelsey in the playoffs. And, we saw where there's kind of some little riffraffs on the side
Literally
of the bench.
played her.
Yeah,
Literally played her, Coach Matt, because she should have been out there.
she should
Yes.
have. She should have. So that's a 50-50 chance. I know she's not gonna get rid of Jackie Young. Like Jackie, the silent assassin. You couldn't just get rid of Jackie, and definitely not gonna get rid of Asia. Now, maybe some of the players that are on the bench, Kate Martin, that's a question mark. She really didn't. She started out playing some, but then it's like, is she still on the team? Is she ever
Yeah,
gonna play again?
she's still on the team, but she's
She
playing for that. She's playing for that. What's that? Universe? No, what's that?
no, they're what is it called? The league that they
Unveiled,
have.
Unveiled
Oh,
League,
yeah, I know which
Yeah,
league that
Unrivaled, or
they,
something like that.
yeah,
Unrivaled, I think it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
Unrivaled League. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
is that
know
the
she's
new G
still
League?
there.
Would that be the
No,
new
no, no,
G
no.
League?
It's something totally different from the G League. It's actually an organization that I forgot. It's Stewie and
Oh
um
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nafisa. I think they got
Mhm.
that particular league together for women for other purposes. So no, it's not the G League. But no, I know Kate Martin is still with them, but I'm just talking about how her minutes diminished before it was even mid-season. And so she started out doing well, then all of a sudden her minutes started to diminish, and it's like she's really not playing anymore. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kate Martin was one of the ones that she did decide to let go. So I
I
hope
Maybe
not,
think
Kate
but
puts her handwriting on the wall, and that's why she went down and she's playing. This fall in this league, so she can get looked at by somebody else, either overseas or with
hmm,
another team,
yeah,
which
and
was a
and
smart move for her.
and
yeah,
also to get some run in, right?
hmm,
Yeah.
Get some extra run at a high level. You're playing competitive basketball. It gives you the option to be able to stay here and play against players that you will play during the season rather than going overseas. And so I think Kate Martin is one of those players that traded somewhere else can be a serious problem for the league. She showed she has shown her capabilities, and that she does have the ability to be effective at a high level. I think you just put her in the right crew of people, and we can definitely expect to see some good stuff. It would be maybe interesting or dangerous to see her and Caitlin Clark link back up.
Ooh,
mm,
talk about
that
a
will be a good
complimentary
one.
player.
And it, like you said, Ron, she might be down there to get some looks playing in that league. And hey, maybe the new Indiana Fever coach might say, you know what?
Y'all
Let,
played
let-
well in college together. Let's see if y'all can get the band back together.
well, absolutely. As we know, one of the biggest problems for the Fever, and that led to Caitlin Clark having extremely high turnovers throughout the season, was the receiving end. Not having the people on the receiving end that one could catch and two could finish.
Definitely the catching part.
Yeah, they was cheating dimes out of some money when she was making those passes.
I mean, it's drop them like it's not even touching your hand. Can you feel it? Like, what's happening?
Now, imagine having a shooter that's played with you before, that knows your style of play. You know how to find them and they know how to be found, right?
Hmm.
You'd imagine that you know how to get to a place to make yourself available and open as Kate Martin is a shooter. What could that be for the backcourt for the Fever?
A
I'd
good
be
look,
like
I think.
a really good, like putting on a glove and all your hands fit in it perfectly.
Ron, that analogy, that's such an old school analogy, You
Oh,
know
hey,
what it makes me think of OJ immediately.
oh, does it? Oh, I didn't mean it for us to go that far.
It's just historical, Ron. A glove, your hand fitting perfectly into a glove, that's a
Did it
Fit
fit?
perfectly. It's a good fit. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a good fit for them.
no, completely understand and agree with you. What with the Liberty winning the championship, do we predict that they will return all of their players?
That's a good question, Coach. So far, it looks good, but somebody wants a little bit extra somewhere. Hey, you got to feed this pocket up a little bit. So I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna look over here. I mean, that's why they have agents and stuff. They got to get their money's worth out of their players before it's all over. So I'm pretty sure right now everybody's happy.
Yeah.
But let's kind of wait a little bit until the championship rubs off a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Stewie is a free agent. Just let's
Right.
just
Yes.
to put that out there.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking Coach Mac. That's what I'm saying. What they
She
trying to
ain't going
do?
to Vegas.
She might not go to Vegas, but she might go somewhere else.
She might go somewhere
She
else.
she got a
No,
ring, so
yeah, I think she's gonna stay up in the New York area because she's originally from I think Syracuse, New York.
Okay. Okay.
That's
So
what she's
she
around. Yeah.
so it's a chance she might stay. Now, I know we have gone over into a little bit of bonus time, technology not being on the side of the Talking Hoops crew today. The last question that I have before we wrap it up and call it a night is, are you guys looking forward to the in-season tournament?
Oh, they gonna
yeah,
still have that?
yeah. But are y'all looking forward to the floors? Because I know a
No,
couple of people hated that last year.
I ain't looking forward to the fall or the tournament. I'm looking forward to the NCAA basketball,
Yes,
especially on the women's side. I ain't
yes.
looking forward to the guys' side. I want to see them ladies run out there on the floor and hoop it up because they play hard. They give it all they got, and these guys still playing that matador defense out there. The score
Now,
the other night with the Nuggets was, I think, 144, 148. I'm like, what? What kind of,
Ridiculous.
yeah, what kind of score? What kind of defense y'all playing, dude?
none.
that's
Just
why I
out
want to
there.
watch the. That's why I want to watch the ladies play, man. They get more popular each and
They
every year. They are.
rightfully so. Coach Mack, how about you? Do you expect that they'll play with the same intensity they did in last year's in-season tournament, with it being the inaugural tournament for the NBA? Do you see them and do you predict that they'll give it that same level of intensity that they did last season?
I think they will since money is involved. A lot
Mm.
of them still don't understand the concept. A lot of them have actually stated that, like they don't get it. But because money is involved, I think they probably will.
You think they'll
Well,
keep it, coach?
Yeah, well, I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I give it maybe a good somewhere between 3 to 5 years,
That's
maybe.
a
5 is stretching it, to be honest with you.
5 is a push. If it hasn't picked up and by that 3rd year, I don't expect that we'll see it after that.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
expect
before we leave, I wanted to get y'all's opinion on Nike signing another 12-year deal with the NBA and WNBA on sponsorship. You think
Yes,
that's a good deal? Okay,
absolutely.
me too. Me
it
too.
is.
I got a little money in that.
Oh, okay, Ron. Tell me how I could get me a little money in that, Ron.
Just go
I
get
just
some
want a
Nike
little
stock.
nugget.
Get some Nike stock. You can get some money.
Okay, okay. I thought you might have had some other little secret way. I know you're well
No, no, no,
connected.
no,
Look,
no,
look,
no.
you ain't no
I'm in the
inside
family,
trader,
girl.
are you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Right, right. Coach Mac,
You ain't
tell
no,
me something,
you ain't
huh?
no
look. I'm
inside
in the
trader, are
family.
you?
I'm in the family. All right.
Ron, if you got the secrets to share something,
The
me and
secret
Coach
is
Mac,
I told you
we.
what the secret was. Get some stock, and I'm in the family. All right. That's it. That's the
Oh,
secret.
okay. Me and Coach Mac, we thought you might have had a little inside scoop or something.
Oh no, 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 not me. Me? It's got inside scoop
Just look,
on some investments. No, no.
look.
Now,
Just trying
on
to see if we need
basketball,
to
that's a
send some
different
error
story.
messages because we can't have this documented that we're talking about inside information.
That's why I say, look. That's why I say, look. That's why I say, look.
Smoke signals.
Not on no investment, but inside scoop on some basketball. I got you some inside scoop on some basketball. We'll get you that, but not on no investments. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't play that game.
Ron said, I'm not no inside trader.
No, for those of you that don't know, Ron Briscoe, if you're new to the show or maybe joined in late, I say the Ron Briscoe during his introduction because Mr. Worldwide, aka Mr. Nike himself, former Nike executive, huge, huge deal with Nike, helped the careers of many of your favorite NBA players. And not only that, good friends was customized shoes from Michael Jordan.
You forgot one word.
What's
Uh-oh,
that?
give it to me, Coach Mac.
The
Tell her.
aficionado.
The
Thank you, coach. Look,
aficionado.
she ain't gonna never get that, but look, I can count on you. But this
I
one
got
right
you,
here,
Ron.
this other one
Wow.
right here, I gotta have a talk with you, girl.
Just
I'm gonna
know
have to
as
talk
it
to your mom.
relates to
Talk with
basketball,
your mama. That's why I'm gonna have to talk with your mom and get you straight.
uh-oh, don't get me in trouble, Ron. As it relates to
That's your middle
basketball,
name. T. Oh, is it Ray Ray?
that's that there you go.
Put it out there.
Yeah.
Like baby kids.
Oh, now Ron, you gonna do me like that? Now, where did my mom go? Because now she gonna have to jump in. Because
I'm
Ron
glad
just
she
said I'm
gone.
part
That
of
she
the
didn't hear
Bebe
that. I'm
kids,
glad she
huh?
gone. That she didn't hear that. I'm glad she gone.
Did
She
you?
didn't. I
Hey,
was just playing
she better
anyway. I was just
God they
playing.
multiply.
Well, that is the end to another great show here with Talking Hoops. Some basketball games on that we need to go watch that I'm sure will be brought up next week on next week's show next Wednesday. Make sure you join us here live again with your girl, Coach T, the lovely Coach Mac, and the Ron Briscoe, aka Mr. Nike himself. We'll see
See
you all
you
next
later.
week.
Y'all have a good one.